Salute. I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. Chrisean, I don't know why I always mess up her name. Chrisean Rock's friend, Marsh, clears the rumors why she didn't help Chrisean fight in Compton. Salute to the chat. Salute to all my moderators. Salute to the replay gang. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me share out the demonstration. And make sure y'all share this demonstration out to y'all social media platforms. Give me 2 seconds and we will begin with this demonstration. Let's see. All right. I see y'all in the chat. So, more details is coming out about this fight. How many of y'all knew that Chrisean's friend was in Compton with her? How many of y'all knew that? Drop a 1 if y'all knew that Chrisean's friend, Marsh, was out there with her. Now, I've been getting a lot of DMs about this case. I've been getting a lot of new information. A lot of people is saying this. A lot of people are saying that. You know, some people are saying, Shank, Chrisean got what her hand dealt for. Drop a 3. Drop a 3 if y'all feel like Chrisean got what her hand dealt for. You know what I mean? I see you, Trelane. Let's go deep down this rabbit hole with Chrisean Rock. And I ain't gonna be biased. I ain't gonna be biased just because she from my hometown, Baltimore. I'm gonna call her spade a spade. All right. But let's tap into her friend and hear what her friend got to say.
I didn't help Chrisean fight. For one, I had the kids. I had Chrisean, Jesus, and Ola. I put them in a car when all this stuff started breaking out. I'm a mother. And guess what happened? Them OG niggas from up over there, they surrounded the car, trying to tell me what to do and what not to do. And then there was one nigga clutching his jeans like he got a gun. So for one, I'm supposed to leave him in the car and catch child endangerment while y'all recorded me walking from the car, leaving the kids in there. That's what y'all wanted, huh? Okay, anyway. Then on top of that, we just left a book and we was in a parade. We got money and jewelry in the car. But fuck the money and jewelry, that's all replaceable. But it's too precious life. I don't know what the fuck these people on. That was a hard situation to navigate through. By the grace of God, Banks was also next to her the whole entire time. So why she beating the hell out of all you bitches when y'all is trying to get the best of her, you can't even because she got a shield of protection. Literally. So it's like the way we had to do what we had to do when it was only like 3-4 of us, it happened the way it needed to happen.
I'm a rock with Marsh, y'all. I think that Marsh, I think she done the best thing. I mean, I believe that's why Chrisean had her anyway. Look, if you with me, I know at least my kids is safe. And in these type of situations, especially for the ladies, because let's say for instance, if Chrisean would have left the kids in the car by themselves, people would have been ready to call CPS on Chrisean. Let's say if Marsh would have got out the car and left the babies and went and helped Chrisean, people would have been calling CPS about that. Let me see what my chat's saying. Well, someone had to be there for the kids. Black people don't use their minds. I see, because if they both go to jail, the kids go to DCYF, Department of Child and Family Services. No, so damn you MFs. I agree with you. I agree with you. Shank Rock said she told Marsh to take the kids to the car and she didn't want Marsh help. Right. Right. Because she already knew what it was. You know, that's what I would have expected. You know? So in my opinion, I think that Marsh done the right thing. But see, this is the cold thing about it, y'all. All right. I see you, Tracy. Now, some people feel like it's fake. Some people feel like they just set this up. It's a publicity stunt. Because some people say, Shank, how did this go down, right? Chrisean didn't get not one mark, one spot on her white outfit. Her hair wasn't messed up, right? Then people like, the girls were supposed to have jumped her. The girls were supposed to have banked her, right? And she got out on 3, 4, 5 females, but no scratches on Chrisean. Drop a 4. Drop a 4 for me if y'all think that it was staged, because it could have been staged. I mean, one thing that I do know about reality TV, and even though this was off the record, this wasn't no reality TV. And one thing we know about people in today's time, I mean, they live for stuff like this. I've had people say to me all the time, Shank, you should fake a beef with so-and-so. Shank, you should stage this. Shank, you should stage that. And I'll be like, I ain't cut from that cloth. You know, if something kick off, then it just kick off. But for me to willingly stage a fake beef, I can't do that. For me to, get on this clout chasing mission, I can't do that. I see you, Tracy. What in the world is going on? Chrisean walked away squeaky clean. Now, and this is why I done the demonstration earlier today. If this was really real, and I think that it was real, you got to give Chrisean a W. You got to give her a win. I've heard a couple OGs from Compton that spoke on it and was like, those girls wasn't certified bangers. Those were girls that was just happened to be there. But then I've heard other people from Compton to say that those girls, they actually is from a set, from a gang, and those girls are official. But the one dude that said, because then they were saying that Blueface set it up. But like he was saying, he was like, if Blueface would have set it up, if it would have been real, then it's a good chance that Chrisean wouldn't have made it up out of there, especially like that. Now, this is one thing that I know about back in the 80s and the 90s. When it came to Compton, when it came to the hood where she was at, Chrisean, if she would have made it up out of Compton alive, she would have had to need medical attention. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Let me see what else I can find. Just bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. My bad. I see you, newbie. I see you, Shelly. You right, Sharon. Chrisean handled her business. But then, like I said, this one thing that y'all got to give to Chrisean, y'all. We seen Chrisean put hands on people before. So let's not act like we never seen Chrisean squabble. I believe she was 5 months pregnant and she got out on a woman. So, let's just give Chrisean her flowers. Whether you love her or hate her, you got to give her her flowers. This is what she do. This is what she do. Give me 1 second, y'all. The baby was in the car with the friend Marsh. Okay, let's see what we got here. Where you at? Let me come to Facebook, y'all. Honestly, I think they gave her the 80s pass because her son was with her. But see, and you could be right, but see, what we know what sparked it off was the phone. We saw the phone, right? We heard Chrisean mentioning to the girl, oh, you got your phone, you record me, and she pushed the phone away. Some people say she grabbed it. Either way, how it goes, the girl felt offended because Chrisean went for her phone, right? No respect for children. Appreciate this super chat, Trelane. Trelane says, wow, I didn't know they surrounded her car with the kids and jewelry in the car. It's crazy because she did the right thing, protecting the jewelry, money, and kids. And Chrisean's still with all three of them. And that's facts now. Because like the friend was saying, they got jewelry, they got money, they got the kids, She came out there to do community service, community work. So they were prepared. They were prepared. And I know a lot of people feel like Chrisean was slipping and she went out to Compton and she, was slipping, but she wasn't slipping. She wasn't slipping. One thing y'all got to know about Chrisean, she's hood. Some of y'all say, Shank, she ain't hood. She went to college. I know a lot of hood people that went to college. I know a lot of hood people that graduated, that got degrees. Just because you went to college don't mean that you're not hood. You know what I mean? That's just like a person that didn't finish high school. Just because a person didn't finish high school, that don't make them dumb or illiterate. But Chrisean is hood. She hood. So she on point. And she knew she had to be on point because of the things that she had already said about them gangs out there, mainly the Crips. The Queen of Compton spoke out about it. She stated Rock was very sweet and down to earth, and she didn't come for BS. Right. More people that I listen to give Chrisean her flowers. And I'm speaking to people from California. I'm speaking to people from Compton. 9 out of 10 of them, they give her flowers. A couple of them, was trying to throw dirt, put dirt on her name. Give me a minute, y'all. I'm trying to find this video that I could react to. Give me a minute. I'm coming. And if y'all got a comment or a question that y'all need for me to get to, just grab a super chat like Trelane did and put it in the super chat. Give me a minute, y'all, because I want to react to this video. This might. Let me see. No, that ain't it. I'm coming, y'all. That ain't it. All right.
He still won.
You lost. No,
She walked
you
out of
lost.
there.
Where you put the you
Nah, she still won.
the fight,
But
yeah,
what
but she lost. She won the battle a lot more.
you talking about?
You
She
got a jury
still
taking
won,
nigga,
nigga. She walked out of there.
but you gave the niggas clout a biblical
I wouldn't
proportion.
give about no jury. She could have had her life took. She could be
Yeah,
paralyzed.
because bro
She could be
just showed
closed
me
up.
that
All her
them
teeth
girls.
gone. That jury.
Hey, Wack, he said one of the girls he known from over there, and she was just trying to get with that nigga Lemmy.
Oh shit! So they really gonna fight now?
But whack, look, check this out though. Like she had an opportunity to walk to the car with her chains, but she chose to. Her pride got in the way of it.
And that will be real. You in the middle of Compton. You in the middle of a trip neighborhood. They got the first time and didn't get. We got the initial footage when the bitch slapped her. She didn't get off. But to be able to squabble up and do all that after you didn't diss the whole tribe.
I'm with Wack. I'm with Wack, y'all. Let's keep it real. All right, can we keep it real? We talking about Compton. We talking about Compton at one time for years. Compton was one of the most feared places in the whole world, let alone the United States. We talking about Compton now. We can backtrack. We can go back to the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. I mean, people outside of Compton, people in the surrounding areas, people in LA were scared to come to Compton. And this is a known fact. You just don't pull up in Compton and squabble and make it out without a scratch on you. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I need all the folks from Compton to weigh in on what I just said. You don't make it out of Compton without a scratch on you. That's why the OGs, now these are some certified. That's why they giving her flowers. They Wack. He's telling y'all it's a W for Chrisean. She handled her business. She got up out of there.
You won. Bro, she dissed the whole shit in front of a nigga. Twice. Then went down to the parade and was able to squabble up and walk out.
Somebody let me know. She dissed the whole C card. Right? Went to Compton and made it up out of there without a scratch on her. I'm going to go back to my demonstration from earlier today with Spider Low. Let me grab a few comments, y'all. I read this. The Queen of Compton spoke out about it. She stated Rock was very sweet and down to earth and she didn't come for BS. Hood gospel, LOL. That could have been like the Oakland situation. This is wild. The queen gave Rock her flowers, and she seemed a dislike for the way those girls behave. Yeah, because even if Chrisean deserved to get checked, right? Even if she had it coming, right? They done a poor job. They done a poor job with checking Chrisean. I'm just keeping it 100. Some people attach these reality stars, baddies, to gain a spot on the show. Sad, but it does give them shine. It ain't look like she snatched the phone. It wasn't that serious. That's what I was saying on the last demonstration, Victoria. I was saying the same thing. Now all this hype of bad, these people are going to want retaliation. I meant Stockton. Everybody won. Everybody got to go home that night. It could have turned out real bad. It really could have. It could have. And that's what Spider Loke was saying. Like, it really could have turned out real bad. But I want to react to Spider Loke. I was reacting on the last demonstration. I want to go back to Spider Loke, y'all, and finish reacting to it. Because Spider Loke did make some interesting points. Now watch, I can't find it. All right, I got it, y'all. Shout out to Spider Loke. All right, let's react to Spider Loke.
I seen her at the game trying to still act like she on some bullshit. Well, I don't know. Look, she didn't even swing back. She did not even swing back. Y'all all on her nuts because she seen cuz. I think that's the homie Meanell's son. But I think that's what it pre-net. But anyway, she didn't even swing back. She waited till she realized she had some strong men doing everything they can to stay between her and the other female to act aggressive. She was so in shock. She wasn't expecting that. Look, she went to swing and then threw her hands up like, what happened? Other homegirl still calm. That's between you and her. This ain't baddies. Ain't no production crew. Ain't no check for this. Yeah, it was the real deal. She didn't even get off on hard to ring your bell. You were supposed to rush her. You had nothing but space and opportunity right here. You turned that down. No. She waits to cuz get in between her. Then look.
All right, so the female who actually did it, who actually put the hand on her, she took to the internet, posted her angle, and was just saying, hey, look, this is what happened. This what's going on. If she feel a way, she want to run a fade, let's do it. Everybody was saying that she was clout chasing. Oh, she did that just for clout. She did that for clout. I think a lot of people completely overlooked the fact that Chrisean Rock disrespected them in their face after previously being asked not to come there for disrespecting somebody else in their face and then pretending that she didn't know what she was doing.
And how you get smacked and you don't know how to react? until you got a dude trying to hide you behind his back. That's whack.
Now, Chrisean would come to the internet as well and give her version of things. Let's listen to this.
Chilling. I'm looking at everyone for real, but then I start realizing like everybody that's trying to fake act like they trying to break it up is trying to fight me too.
No, baby, no, baby, no. These girls jump people in order to put them on the game.
But see, this is what I got a problem with. All right, let me read this real quick. She young. I was born in Compton and still live in California. Shout out to Felicia. See, this be my problem, right? Now, Chrisean then already gave y'all, she already gave us the 411. She telling us what happened. She telling us how she felt about it. Now, here comes Spider Loke. See, this is what I always say, why I only believe that it's two sides of every story. I never believe when people say, you know, it's three sides of every story. No, it's not three sides of every story. That third side that people talk about, that's people putting their input in it. And that's all, in my opinion, that Spider Loke is doing. Spider Loke is putting his input on it. Chrisean telling you how she felt. She telling you like the dudes that was with me, I felt like they was supposed to have been with me, but then I felt like they was on some bullshit. But so Spider Loke, you can't narrate her demonstration. You can't narrate her story. You got to go by what she say took place, and you got to go by how she feel. Y'all understand where I'm coming from? Everybody always try to add in on the two sides of a story. So that means to tell me in every story, both people are lying. And those that come with the third side of the story, they telling the truth. How can that be? If you borrow money from me and then don't pay me back when you say you're going to pay me back, and if you say it's three sides to that story, then that means I'm lying as well as the person that borrowed the money from me is lying. No, somebody's lying and somebody's telling the truth. I don't buy the three sides of every story. That's just me. That's just me. Yes, that's her perception. It's yours, mine, and the truth. Different perception. But this is what I'm saying, Victoria, hear me out. If the girl that slapped her gives her version and Chrisean gives her version, that's where it stops at. And then you just got to figure out which one of them is telling the truth. We get burnt and we play people out of position when we put our input, when we give our input, especially when we give our input by telling people, nah, don't look at it like that. Nah. I wouldn't feel that way if I was you. Felicia says facts. It's two sides of this. Let me backtrack, Spider.
Break it up is trying to fight me too.
No, baby, no, baby, no. These girls jump people in order to put them on the game. They know how to jump people.
But see, once again, Spider, you wasn't out there. You even said it yourself. You don't even know them girls. So you wasn't out there. You can only go by your perception. I agree. You can't tell someone their perception.
Baby, but nobody trying to jump you. You got some delusion going on your head. You came into the belly of the beast. Yahweh. Remember Yahweh, your partner? Protected you in a foolish time, and you got out basically unscathed with a decent warning of how dangerous things should get. All you should be doing right now is playing Yahweh, holding your baby, Chrisean Jesus, saying, thank you, Lord. That's it.
Now, I can agree with him on that. I could agree with him on that. Like, be thankful that you did make it out of there. Like I said, we talking Compton. But that could go for any city. You know, but we talking about Compton. You know, you lucky that you made it out there the way how you made it out there. Because the Compton that I've always heard about, you don't make it up out of there alive, especially in that type of situation. So I agree with him on that.
That's all.
I got like 30, 40 kids confessing Jesus is Lord in a prayer circle. It went from praying with all these kids to trying.
So you talking about King of the Crabs. That's what happened. If you would have told them females, baby, I'm not trying to offend nobody. I just left a prayer circle. The spirit is within me. Whatever I have said to offend you, I apologize. I love black people. I love black women. If you'd have said that, Yahweh, I'm all about Yahweh, it would have been over with. But you got talking about King of the Crabs. And then that still, you was finna get probably worse. Because old girl who was trying to correct you, if you didn't correct yourself, she was pumping herself up to whoop-wop you. But the other female, she just jumped the gun because you put your hands on her phone and tried to tell her how something gonna go in her part, goofy.
I make it to my car.
Now, this one part is almost the entire reason that I made this video. I had to give y'all some of the backstory and the backdrop to make it all make sense. But listen, this is what I'm talking about when I say people use the internet to manipulate narratives, and it's dangerous, okay? Now, Chrisean Rock said, I was just out there, I had 30, 40 kids praying, and that's dangerous. Let me tell you why. Because you used those kids as a key to that neighborhood. So you started the video off, they said you can't come where? So they told you can't come out there. And then you went and pretended you was linking up with some kids and it was about God. And
But see, I disagree with that. She did link up with the kids. She did. We saw that. So here's my thing, y'all. Here's my thing. All right. And I spoke with a certified OG earlier on my last demonstration about how certain situations you gotta give somebody a pass. Look, I don't care if you in the streets. I don't care if you are square. You could be a complete square. I don't care where you're at in life, what lane you are in. I don't care. You have been given a pass by somebody. You had to give somebody a pass. We've all been in a situation, everybody, whether you in the streets or not, where you got to give somebody a pass, where somebody has given us a pass. We can't see, this is the problem that I have. And because I go through this being a community activist, you know, people are quick to say I'm doing the community activist because I'm clout chasing. I'm doing it because of this. I'm doing it because of that. And that's far from the truth. I do it from the genuine of my heart. So we can't, and I won't allow. Now, if it was some street shit, then it is what it is. But I can't allow nobody to downplay Chrisean Rock by doing community activists. We can't downplay that. Oh, Shank, the only reason why she went out there to do the community activist was to prove a point. No, because we don't know her heart. We don't know her intentions. So we're not going to twist that narrative. We're not going to paint that narrative that that's why she went out there. We're going to stick with why she went out there. She went out there to do the community activist. She prayed with them kids. So let me just guess. She playing with the Lord, right? She playing with God. Shank, only reason why she praying was to make it look good. We got to stop that. We cannot go in 2026 with that same mentality of hating on people. We got to congratulate them, regardless whether we like them or not. She went out there to do community activist work. Now we can say after she finished the community activist work that she done, now we could say she should have left. I could take that. I could say, well, being as though, she knew she had issues out there after she done her community activist work, she should have got up out of there. But I can't allow nobody, I can't allow my man to twist this narrative, because that's how narratives get twisted. And that's how people run with lies. I gotta step in, because like I said, it happens to me all the time. I get bashed, I get dragged with all of the community work that I do. The only reason why Shank is doing the community work because Shank trying to have sex with the victims' moms. A bunch of dumb shit. Like, huh? I don't need to do no community activist work to get a woman. But I got dragged. So I ain't buying my man when he said that's the only reason why she went out there. Nah. And then, like I said in the last demonstration, who are y'all to tell Chrisean that she can't come out there? Y'all don't do the white celebrities like that. Y'all don't do the Hispanics like that. Y'all don't do the Asians like that. Every race come in y'all hoods that y'all claim and open up shop and pimp y'all, get rich off of y'all. And y'all don't say nothing to them. Y'all don't make them check in with y'all. Y'all don't tax them. But y'all only do it to black people. That's the most lamest shit that you can think of. That's some straight goofy shit. In 2025, that's the best y'all could do? Claim a hood that y'all don't own and allow everybody that don't look like y'all to come in and open up shop. Won't tax them. But your own kind, y'all can't come out here. And then when they go out there, it's a problem. That's some goofy shit.
You started the video off. They said you can't come where? So they told you can't come out there. And then you went and pretended you was linking up with some kids and it was about God and you're going to have them praying and all of that, just to get into the neighborhood and then turn around and jump on camera and say, yeah, they said I couldn't come out here, but I'm out here. You see what I'm saying? If you had smoke or you was trying to prove a point, you should have just pulled up out there with your entourage or whoever.
She only realized how great a pass she got. When you getting tripped on by cripplets in a park and you're a non-affiliate, and the dudes grab you by your hair and slam you down so the females get the advantage. Yahweh really protected her. She could have lost the other two, a few of them.
Whatever, and just been like, yeah, they said I can't come out here, but I'm out here. Instead, you use getting all of the kids together because, hold on, before I say that part, let me run the rest of this clip for y'all.
People trying to plot on me to go viral, but really ain't really stepping on nothing.
You see, is so delusional. You don't realize the source of your issue. You said what you said on the 20v1. You dissed all Crips. These females is about your age. Stay active. Then, instead of just going through the romance ups and downs with Blueface, you turned around, got to ride with the Red Racks, pushing up at Crip functions, saying crap over and over again, acting like you fell in love with Red and flashing your nails. You picking the sides. You playing with shit that people live and die for. Slow talk.
Once again, y'all, if she been doing all of that, why nobody got her? Why? I mean, see, listen, y'all. And I'm gonna say this, and I need everybody to listen to me. We gotta stop thinking that because we're from a certain city, we hard. And we harder than everybody else outside our city. We gotta get off of that shit, y'all. Ain't nobody scared of niggas no matter where you're from. Now, that was the thing back in the 70s, the 80s, some of the 90s, you know, yo, they from so-and-so, whoop-de-woo, this and that. Niggas don't operate like that. Nigga, I don't give a fuck where you from, because I know niggas feel the same way. Now, I can go somewhere with my chest on swole, or I could be in my own city with my chest on swole and tell people they can't come to my city. I'm telling y'all right now, the average ninja that I test and tell them they can't come to my city, they gonna come to my city just to test me. Oh, Shank said I can't come where? All right. So, listen, y'all. Listen. Pass the word. The year 2026, stop telling people they can't come to a city that you don't own no property. Stop telling people that they can't come to a city that you don't even own the house or apartment that you're renting. This is the most goofiest shit, and I'm calling it out. I made a promise to myself. The year 2026, a lot of people gonna be mad with Shank Rock. Because this goofy shit like this, I'm calling it out. Y'all ain't got no right to tell her she can't come to Compton. Oh, but Shank, she was already shitting on this set. She was already shitting on this. Well, why y'all ain't deal with her? You said it yourself, Spider. She was already pulling up on people disrespect. Well, why y'all ain't deal with it then? That's my only thing, though. And that's why I'm saying, if this is some discipline shit, if she brought this on her own, all right then. But y'all was sloppy with this shit. Seriously. Y'all was sloppy with this shit. Man, she was supposed to have been stomped the fuck out. Seriously. I don't care what it was about. Yeah, see, they just gave her a pass. That's not how you give a person a pass. You don't put hands on a person when you're giving them a pass. When you give them a pass, you don't put hands on them. Let's not dress this bullshit up, Spider, on some real shit. Let's not dress this up on some bullshit to try to cover for them because you trying to fuck them. Real shit now. This is the most goofiest shit that I've seen. And now you trying to cover it.
And you ended up in one of the coldest original Compton Crips sections. In it. And you wasn't necessarily popping it verbally, but your spirit was popping it. When the females were getting at you about what you had said, you're supposed to be humble, extremely humble. You would have never went through that. They would have said, all right, baby girl, that's right. Just don't let it happen no more. And they would have posed for a picture with you. I love you, Chrisean. Yeah, I didn't know no better. You know, girl, heartbreak is heartbreak. I'm just trying to make that nigga mad. Yeah, I ain't going to play with y'all life. That's all you had to say.
I'm just saying. I'm not talking about what I posted. I'll show y'all when I prayed at that park, at Wilson Park. I'm praying at Wilson Park. It should have been a plot there.
Now she's playing victim and saying, oh, people trying to plot on me to go viral. No, people plotting on you because you disrespected them in their face. After
what's this person name? The Bear Laurie Pinky. You all crippled supposed to have called that pretty little face up so she knows to play with them again. Man, them girls did absolutely plenty with all them cameras showing. Shut your ass up.
Already disrespecting them from afar. But that's not the biggest part of this. Y'all heard her say, I was at the park and it was all the kids in the circle. If it was a plot, it should have been a plot there. So this further lets me know that your intent was to use these kids as a shield. That was your intent the whole time. You went over there with the intentions of going into that neighborhood after they said you couldn't, just so you could post a clip saying, yeah, they said I couldn't come, but I came. That was your intent. And you use the kids as a tool to do that. Now you saying, oh, if they was gonna plot on me, they should have plotted right there. And that showed me that you're not as street smart as you think you are.
She is street smart. She come up out of it. See, this is the goofy shit, y'all. No, that lets me know she ain't street. She is street smart. She made up out that motherfucker. Let me come to the chat, y'all. I can't believe this shit. Let me come to my chat. Did you hear? Did her sister lie her facts? Big facts. Her shirt was still white. Face was still looking pretty. They didn't do nothing. She was humble. She said her baby daddy was the king of crabs. She didn't say his hood was some crabs. Facts. It was fake, in my opinion. How they fight, but nobody involved in the fight has any marks. And I agree with you, big lady. I agree with you. And my next demonstration, that's what we're going to chop it up about. All right? My next demonstration, we're going to chop it up to find out, was it fake? Because if it was real, and I got to keep saying it, if this shit was real, y'all whatever y'all claim, if this shit was real, y'all did a piss poor ass job. Seriously. Seriously. If this was real. I see you, folk. Hey, Shang and Chat. I can't stand the fact that those grown men instigating a young girl that's a hothead and really is out of her mind right now. The men these days need to grow up. Facts. Because I know for sure the men of Compton back in the 70s, the 80s, and 90s, the men, the OGs, it wouldn't have never went down like that. The men would have stepped in, and the men, first of all, the men would have already gave the signal, don't nobody touch her. I know that for a fact. I can get some OGs from Compton right now, from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and they'll tell you, Shank, you already know. If it was during our era, nobody wouldn't have laid a hand on Chrisean. We would have gave her a pass. But these grown men, the big homies, y'all looking sad. Seriously, man. Just sad, and she whipped ass. Facts. This is some Patti LaBelle-ish. Facts. And she got up out of there. You can't dress this up, man. You can't justify this shit. It was some straight sucker shit. Seriously. And that's why the OGs from the 70s, the 80s, and 90s, that's why they piss. And that's why they give Chrisean her flowers. Listen to her, they give her flowers. Whack 100. She made it up out of there. She got a W. Listen, I don't know how much more I can keep screaming to the top of my lungs. We gotta do better. We gotta do better as black people. Don't nobody give a fuck about us. Why should they? We don't care about each other. You think I'm going to care about somebody that don't care about theyself? What I look like helping you and you refuse to help yourself? Because I know if I help you and you ain't trying to help yourself, you ain't going to do nothing but burn me. You ain't going to do nothing but not take heed to what I'm bringing you to better yourself. So it's a waste of my time. That's why we don't get the help that we ask for. That's why we don't get the help that we deserve. Because we on some sucker shit. A bunch of crabs in the barrel. I get tired of coming on here, calling this sucker shit out. Advocating for these families that's losing their kids, losing their family members to this sucker shit. God damn. Whatever happened to get money and enjoy your life and do better for the community? What happened to that? That's gangster. Damn.
because you thought that since you went over to the park and you had all those kids around and there was a bunch of people out there that it was gonna happen right there. Like, oh, if it didn't happen right there, it ain't gonna happen. No, this is their neighborhood. They not gonna endanger their own children. All these kids up here at the park, they might get to whooping on you. Somebody from your side might get to blowing. They not gonna do that.
I should have answered that call on live. I gotta call and tell my mama. My cousin just made it to the halfway house. Stay slow, Kenny.
I'm gonna come to the chat, y'all, because I'm gonna come to the chat. Exactly. She didn't snatch that phone. They were out for clout. Now, like I said, everybody look at things different. Y'all just disrespected somebody that could have possibly set y'all up and put y'all in motion to get a bag. Hey, Chrisean, hey, what's up? You know, I be checking you out. Woo, 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 woo. I just want to show you some love, you know. She would have remembered the face. She would have remembered y'all. We don't get it. We don't get it. We disrespect other black people that could possibly lead us to a better future. I know. Nah, Shank, I'm good. I don't need no help. I just don't know, y'all. I try, y'all. I see the life of mine. I see Ty. I see things different. You know what I mean? I see things different. And maybe that's my problem. Maybe my heart, maybe my big ass kind heart is the problem. Because I would have been trying to, you know what I'm saying, politic with Chrisean. You know? I'd have been showing her love. Like I said, even though some of y'all said, even though Pee Wee and Brother Nazir said, but Shank, it's the public. And when you in the public, people can record you and people can do whatever. And I gotta agree, but then it comes to maturity level. It comes to maturity. Like, even though I know I can record this person right here, but I wonder if they want me to record her. See, that's that nigga that's in us. The nigga is just always out of pocket. The nigga is always out of bound. That nigga will show up for work late and tell the boss, look, I ain't doing shit today, don't bother me. How you gonna show up to work late and tell the boss you ain't doing nothing and don't bother me? See, that's that nigga mentality. That nigga mentality feels as though they can break any law. That nigga mentality feels like, man, fuck it. I'm gonna do what I want to do. And that's a nigga mentality. Recording somebody, you see her like, you know, giving you the motion, not the recorder, but that nigga. Don't be reaching for my phone. What's wrong with you? And you just fucked up a strong possibility of Chrisean leading you to a bag. I'm telling you now, you ain't gonna get no bag off of this. You're gonna have a good week if that long. You're going to have a good week. Social media going to talk about you for a good week. After that week is over, you're going to go back to being a nobody. Nobody going to talk about you. Ain't nobody going to care about you. Y'all got to stop this, man. She was going to get active, but the guy blocked her, and she was saying, let me go the F out of here. I see you, Sung G. I see. I'm speechless when it comes to that gang stuff. It's senseless. Always have. Like, it's like we're only destroying our own. Hell yeah, LOL. Based on the footage shown, Chrisean wasn't on no rah-rah-ish. She did not appear under the influence of substance either. She was trying to pray, walk away if you're not interested. And that's facts. And I'm going to tell y'all like this. This is one thing that I know about Baltimore people. When we smiling, and she had a big ass smile on her face. When we smiling, we don't want no trouble. That's why we smiling. We letting y'all know it's all good over here. And I'm sure folks from everywhere else be the same way, because I just don't want to make it a Baltimore thing. I'm sure people from all over be the same way. But I'm speaking on my city, and I'm speaking on Baltimore. I know how Baltimore people are. When you see that smile on our face, that we're telling y'all we good. We at peace. We don't want no problems. Y'all see me all the time up here, smiling, laughing, joking, because I don't want no problem. That lets you know right there. Yo, you could drop your guards. You ain't gotta be as hostile. You ain't gotta be on no, rah-rah shit with me. We good. I'm laughing. I'm joking with you. She's laughing. She's smiling. She like, oh, you record me? Smiling, laughing. I'm going to grab a few more comments, y'all, then we getting up out of here, y'all. And it's that sense of entitlement because of social media make you feel like you know these people and you can do disrespectful ish to anybody. Y'all better not come. You better not come out here. Come on, people. We got to do better. We got to do better. We cannot go into 2026 still on this bullshit. Let it go. Look, let it go. Let's let it go. I see you, Luke Classy. Let's let it go, y'all. It ain't getting us nowhere. It's not. It ain't getting us nowhere. Let's protect each other. You know what I mean? Now, it's a different story if Chrisean was old bougie. You know, if you heard people saying, yeah, I tried to get an autograph from Chrisean and she turned her nose up at me. Be a different story if the people at the community event, said, damn, Chrisean Rock was supposed to came, but she stood us up. And she didn't even give us a call. She didn't even give us a reason. Shit like that, then you could be like, all right, fuck the bitch. But when you got a young lady coming out for this community event for these children, and she's praying and she leading in prayer, that says a lot. That says a lot about her. And I'm going to leave everybody on that. Next demonstration, we're going to go down a rabbit hole and we're going to find out whether or not it was real. All right? Make sure everybody pull back up tomorrow. And I respect her for telling her Betsy to remove herself. Marsh just did a feature film. Chrisean doesn't want Marsh messing up her career in this dumb ish. Facts. Facts. So, like Wack and the rest of the OGs out there said, Chrisean Rock She won. She won in this situation. Salute everybody. Salute Shelly. I'll see everybody back tomorrow. We're going to go down a rabbit hole. Salute everybody.
I'd like to place an order. Yeah. Hey, let me get a chicken box and a half and half. All right, good looking out.
Tinted window screaming F the law out my mouth. I'm switching lanes from up north to down south. Now everybody trying to figure how I put it down. I took my show on the road straight out of town. Pee-wee is my nigga, so you know I brought some crooks with me.
1998, they trying to throw the book at me.
Tell me what you see every time you take a look at me. A straight P, I only be where the hookers be. A old head, but still can pull any fly chick. One thing's for sure, you never see me ride a nigga dick. I got a thoroughbred who loves to call me pretty daddy. Through Alabama, getting hit in a pink caddy when I come through. Everybody knows me. The young niggas love me. They call me they OG. Go and do your homework about the shit that I spit. They gon' tell you that nigga Shank is legit. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
I'm switching lane.
A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
When I'm switching lane.
A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
When I'm switching lane.
A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
When I'm switching lane.
I eat a chicken box before I play a game of spades.
Can I get some
a half and half is sweet tea mixed with lemonade. Some brown liquor with a coke to sharpen up my skills. I switch lanes cause I only fuck with the real. Now she's a winner, so I got to keep her on my team. Plus I'm a real one, so I'll never ever sell her dreams. You wanna know if I'll quit or if I'll stop? But they say it ain't over till your casket drops. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
When I'm switching lane.
A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
When I'm switching lane.
A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
When I'm switching lane.
A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
When I'm switching lane.